Hey everyone, it's Raheel. By now, you may have learned that I have a major sweet tooth. So, for today's Food Tuesday, I want to play back an interview from earlier this year when lead producer Dina Kespa talked to Shawn The Food Sheep about the best hidden dessert spots in Houston. From a unique Indian sweet shop to a box of cookies that he says will change your life, we're exploring these spots and more to help you discover the H Town sugar rush of a lifetime. It's May 2nd. I'm Raheel Ramsnali, and here's what Houston is talking about. Take it away, Dina.
Shawn, I'm so excited to have you on CityCast Houston today.
Excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Okay, so first, I want to kind of tell people a little bit about yourself. You go by Shawn the Food Sheep on your social media platforms. What, how did you get that name?
Yeah, so basically, I started doing food reviews on TikTok like I think a year and a half ago, just kind of as a joke. I didn't think it would blow up or anything like that. And then Shawn the Food Sheep, basically where that comes from is I don't know if you know the show Shawn the Sheep. It's like it used to be this British show.
Yes.
So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
let me just add food in there. My name's Shawn. Let me just add food in there. And that's just kind of how it went. I should change the name, like, because I just started as a joke. So I didn't expect it to do that well, but I should change the name. But, honestly, I've just,
Yeah.
everybody like just knows me as the sheep when I walk around now.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep it, but who knows? Maybe we'll change the name down the road.
Fair. I have to say, Shawn the Sheep is such a cute little wholesome kid show. They don't make it like that anymore, I have to say.
I agree. I need to go watch that show again because I remember growing up. That was like one of my favorite shows. It was so good.
I know. Okay, so what got you started into being a food blogger?
Yeah, so I saw a lot of people going viral on, TikTok. You remember in like 2020, right when we're going into the pandemic, everybody's on TikTok, everybody's bored, and didn't know what to do. So I was like,
Yeah.
I just kept watching people do this. People go viral for months at a time. And in April of 2021, I was like, let me just start.
Mhm.
Let me make a goal to post every day for 365 days straight.
Wow.
So I made that as a goal. So basically, I've hit out 400 restaurants straight, and like every day for the last 400 days. So I've hit out a lot,
Oh,
and I really love food because I think it's a great way. Like, I mean, I haven't met one person in their life that's like, I genuinely dislike food. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like no one's like, hey, I hate going to the dinner table and I hate just eating. Like I've never met somebody like that. So I feel like it's an easy connector. I don't do this full time. So this is what I do part time. So a
Oh.
lot of people when they come up to me, they're like, "Oh, Shawn, you got to go to this place, that place." So I work 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then
Mm.
I work fully remote for my job. And then literally after 4 p.m. after work, I'll immediately run to a restaurant or whatever place I'm going to that day. So it's
Damn.
a hustle, but it's a lot of fun too. You meet a lot of restaurateurs, you meet a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I love your dedication. That's really cool. And plus, Houston's the best place for it. I mean, I feel like we've got so many restaurants. You're not going to run out of places to go eat.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they're like places that people think are like Houston classics or like, like
Mhm.
beloved by Houston. A lot of people don't know about them just because there's,
Wow.
literally tens of thousands of like food spots in the Houston area.
Yeah, that almost makes me want to like hide my favorite ones so I don't tell people, so that people don't like descend in numbers just to like, keep my little hidden gems. But I know it's not fair.
I know, and that's why like when you told me that you're like Shawn, figure out the hidden gems when you asked me to put them down. I promise you, the places that I have for you are hidden gems. These are places that like they're all small businesses. They're all Houston based, and like I just
Love
like
it.
it sucks because you don't want them to get that busy, but you
Hmm.
love them so much you want them to succeed.
I know. Okay, so without further ado, we know H-Town's got like an amazing list of food places to check out. My focus today with you is dessert. So tell my sweet, sweet tooth where to go.
I got you. So I'm a big cookie guy. I've
Hmm.
probably eaten at more cookie spots than any other person in the U.S. Like I have a top five cookies. I don't know why I'm just obsessed with cookies. And the place that I would recommend, number one for cookies in Houston, this is like my third best spot in the U.S. for cookies. It's called Milk Mustache. So
Oh.
yeah, Milk Mustache. They have two locations. They opened up a brand new location in the Galleria. So they kind of do like I don't know if you know crumble cookies, but they kind kind of do like the
Yes.
same format. So they do a cookies of the week option where basically these are signature, like handcrafted, all natural gourmet cookies. Their
Wow.
flavors change each Monday. So they have a new list of flavors that are going to be going out this week. I need to go on their website and figure out what it is this week. But I don't know what it is about these cookies. These are like 6-ounce massive cookies. They'll fill your
My
hand.
God.
Yeah, no, like you got to be careful because each of these is going to be like 700, 800 calories each, probably.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's but that's what I tell people. I was like, if you're coming here, this is like a once in a while kind of experience. So the thing about these cookies is that they have like extremely crunchy exteriors and they're deliciously soft like on the inside. It's
Oh
like
my
kind of like
gosh.
cookie canyons.
Yes.
It's like, when you're holding the cookie, you can kind of see the canyons within there. It's incredible. And I would say that. So if you're looking for cookies,
Oh my goodness.
check out Milk Mustache. The owner Tracy, she's awesome. I've gotten the chance to know her over the last year, and just such a very kind soul. And I think they deserve
My
all the love.
God.
Again, they're my third favorite like cookie shop in the United States. I've tried 50 or 60 cookie shops, and they're my third. You're not going to get better than that in Houston.
You should be nicknamed Cookie Monster.
Yeah, no, I've gotten that nickname before. But I love it. It's an honor.
Yeah. I'm surprised, I've never heard of this place. I feel like every time I've asked anyone, "Where should I get cookies from?" It's usually either Tiff's Treats or it's gonna be like Crumble or it's gonna be Tiny Boxwoods. They're chocolate cookie,
Oh yeah.
chocolate chip cookie. That's it. I've never really heard of this place. This is awesome.
It's funny you mentioned tiny boxwoods because I actually love their cookies as well. I mean, Milk Mustache is kind of like that big 6-ounce cookie. Where
Mhm.
like Tiny's Milk and Cookies. So for those that don't know, Tiny's Milk and Cookies, their cookie shop in Houston. They have 3 cookie locations. I think they have
Mhm.
one in Memorial, one in Upper Kirby, and one in Southside Place. So these are like your grandmother's cookies. So like when you bring them out of the oven, like very thin, crispy. These are the cookies you give Santa if you want to make him happy. Milk Mustache is bit massive muffin cookies. Tiny's Milk and Cookies are your grandmother's cookies straight from the oven. So that's another spot I'd recommend as well. I'm glad you mentioned them because I love Tiny's, and it's crazy how still a lot of people don't know about them in Houston.
I love that. All right, so we've got our cookie spot that I'm definitely gonna check out. Where would you go to next?
One of the places that I'm going to recommend is I think a lot of people have tried Japanese sweets, they've tried Korean sweets, but I think Indian sweets are incredibly underrated. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because
Mm.
I'm Indian, I'm Punjabi,
Yeah.
but like there's this place called Raja Sweets. They are the oldest Indian sweet shop in Texas. So they've been around for decades. They're on social media, and they were featured on Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern, like I think years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so they're very popular, and the reason why I'm bringing them up again is because I think places can be discovered, but then they can be rediscovered, right? Because
Mhm.
I think a lot of the Gen X generation knows about them, a lot of the baby boomer generation knows about them, but a
Mhm.
lot of I'm Gen Z millennial-ish, like a lot of us,
Yeah.
we don't know about these classic spots. So that's why I'm bringing it up again. And so basically, when you go there, you kind of pay by the pound. And
Yeah.
I'd recommend getting a variety of sweets, but the 3 sweets I'd recommend getting, like no matter what, is the gulab jamun. These are
Oh.
like milk balls soaked in rose syrup. They're incredibly soft. And
Mm.
make sure to get a gulab jamun as well. It's like a dark colored variant of the gulab jamun. It's very nice and crispy on the outside. It's my personal favorite. And then the last is a barfi. It's like a dense milk base. The way I would describe it, it's like if you took snow and like extremely condensed it and like poured milk over it. That's basically what it is. But
Oh, wow.
Raja Sweets on Hillcroft, insane. Go there for lunch. They
Mm.
have like this quick lunch buffet that you can get, and just take a pound of sweets, to go home with you, and you'll have a good time. I think Indian sweets are incredibly, incredibly underrated.
Oh, I second that 100%. My husband's Indian, and let me tell you, my first exposure to Indian sweets was from my mother-in-law's hands, and oh my god, when I first would have gulab jamun, I have to say I never really liked it. I felt like I always got a taste of oil more so than I got the actual, like, sugar to it,
That's fair.
and so with my mother-in-law, it was like It was very well balanced, it was delicious. Oh my god, I would have to, like, really tell her, "Don't make it often," because that was gonna, like, one trip to diabetes.
Exactly, and that's why, like, the pay by pound is kinda dangerous because, if you get 1 or 2 pounds of these,
Yeah.
and that's why I recommend Milk Mustache, Raja Sweets, like, you gotta have a couple friends to share with you. And what I tell people is if you wanna impress a date, bring them the Milk Mustache cookies or bring them some Raja Sweets, you're gonna have a good time.
Oh, I love that, and I've never heard of Raja Sweets, and I've been on Hillcroft a lot, and I've hit up so many
Yeah.
like, I've hit up Bismillah, I've hit up Busy Boys, I really loved Busy Boys sandwiches,
Ooh,
and
okay.
I can't believe I've never heard of Raja Sweets. I'm so excited to try this.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, I think a lot of our like Indian parents, Indian grandparents, or a lot of the baby boomer generations, they know about them. But again, it's like about rediscovering spots because a
Yeah,
lot of these spots, again, there's tens of thousands of restaurants in Houston, and it's just like it's
yeah.
impossible to hit them all out. Like you just gave me a couple recommendations there.
I
Like,
know.
and I'm a foodie. I've hit now so many spots, so I'm adding those to the list right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely a hidden gem. Okay, last but not least, what is your 3rd hidden gem spot to go?
So this one isn't particularly just desserts,
Okay.
but they have a dessert that I think is one of the best desserts I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
So yeah, it's that good. It's
High praise.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like if somebody goes there and like you don't have this incredible experience of this dessert there, I'll let you slap me in the face because that's how confident I am it's going to be that good.
Damn. Okay, okay, okay.
So it's called Shun Japanese Kitchen. So the owner, him and his family, they've been in Houston for a while. So his dad actually owned a Japanese kitchen shop as well. And the Houston, he was telling me a lot of the Houston Rockets players back in the day used to go to his dad's shop all the time. Like that's where they would grab dinner, after games and stuff. And so he started this restaurant. He's trained in Japan. His wife is a pastry chef, and they've been
Wow.
on Yelp's top 100 list multiple times. So
Mm.
the dessert you got to get is their pear tart. So
Wow.
they don't have it on their menu right now. But what I would do is I would call them and order the whole thing. So they'll make like this entire like massive pear apple tart pie for you. It's
Whoa.
gonna be a little expensive, like, but again,
Mm.
it's gonna be one of the best desserts you've ever had. So it's like a spice poached pear, and they have some Earl Grey ice cream on top. Like, I've never had anything like this. Like, it has like some kind of glaze on it. It truly is a party in your mouth. Like your taste buds will never feel that kind of thing like ever again. So they're on Shepherd Ave near Upper Kirby and just Shun Japanese Kitchen. So it's SHUN. Again, genuinely one of the best desserts I've ever had in my life.
Oh my god, that sounds so good. It sounds so unique too. I don't think I've ever, like, heard these combination of flavors before.
Yeah, it's different, and they do a great dinner as well. They're probably one of my top 3 favorite Japanese spots in Houston. So if you haven't gone, book a reservation. I think on the weekends they're pretty packed up, but I would say book a reservation when you can. And I think this is actually their last year in town because they're closing up shop because the I think that they didn't renew their lease.
Oh.
Like or they weren't able to. But again, they're very popular, and I'm excited to see what they do next. But again, go hit them out because they close out before they close up because it's like one of my favorite spots in all of Houston.
Oh my god, that's amazing. You've given people so much. 3 is solid. I feel like I need to ask you for, like, one more honorable mention.
Okay, one more honorable mention. So we've gone over cookies, we've done an Indian sweet shop. So I would also recommend for ice cream. We can go down the ice cream route. It's called
Ooh,
Flowers
yes.
and Cream. So they have a location. So I don't know if you've been to Post yet. Um,
I have, yeah.
but they have a location in Post, and they have another location in Houston as well. You can just look them up. It's Flowers and Cream, and these are like artisan, like very kind of like fancy types of ice cream. They do crazy flavors, and they do very different cone flavors too. So
Oh.
they'll have like a red velvet cone, they'll have like a cookies and cream cone. It's like
Oh.
this type of artisan ice cream, like it's
Mhm.
becoming a bigger and bigger thing nowadays. Like it's just like this fancier ice cream, but oh my god, it's flour and cream. It's incredible, and I would say the most convenient thing to do is go to Post, have lunch there, have dinner there, and then just go to Flour and Cream afterward and just get some delicious ice cream.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. I like quickly Googled because I'm like an Amarino girl. I love to go to Amarino, and I know
Oh,
it's like
nice.
gelato.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's pretty too. That's a very pretty
It's
looking,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah. I was just looking up these flavors. There's like raspberry tres leches. What? That sounds crazy to me.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like when it comes to ice cream, I'm not a fancy guy. Like, I like my typical Rocky Road. I like my chocolate chip. But when you're there, like they make these like incredibly like unique flavors, like taste so simple. And I want to
Mhm.
say again with Shun Japanese Kitchen, if it's not good, you can slap me in the face. That's how confident I am. Yeah.
Cracks me up every time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Shawn, you've given people so many awesome suggestions. This was so much fun. You made me so hungry, even though like I'm not a major sweet tooth, but you've made me want to go and eat every single thing out there. So holla everybody. You heard it from Shawn the Food Sheep. Check out his TikToks and Instagram. I'm so excited to have you on again to talk food. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That was Shawn the Food Sheep. You can follow him on Instagram with the link in our show notes. Before we go, things are going nuclear in the city this week. Literally. The FBI is conducting a multi agency nuclear training all week long on the southeast side. So don't be alarmed when you see helicopters, military vehicles, and more for this biannual training that involves dozens of national and local agencies. That will do it for today. Thank you for listening. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and I hope you learned something new. It's all yours, Dina. Hey, 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 here's Dina.